Well, good morning, everyone, team. Let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So, in the yesterday session, we have started with the configuration of jobs in the system team, and we have seen how to configure the jobs in the system. So, today we'll start with the concept of positions, how to configure them in the system team. So, in the yesterday session, I explained you what are the differences between jobs and positions in the system, and what are mandatory, what are optional, and what are the fundamental differences between jobs and positions, and how they are connected together. That all we have discussed at team, and we configured our jobs in the system as well. First, I have shown you the business unit set assignment task, and then we have seen configuring of jobs, and prior to that configuring the job family. That all we have seen team. So now let me start creating the positions in the system team. As we all know, what are positions by this time? Okay. So let us see how to configure the positions team. Yesterday, I created a job that is manager. Now, for that, I can define the positions team like sales manager, HR manager, finance manager, whatever the positions I want, I can able to create in the system from this task called manage positions team. So go to the system, then come to setup and maintenance. Okay. Go to the system and come to setup and maintenance and search with a task called manage positions. Manage positions. Then you can see the task here, team. Go to manage positions, and then you will land upon the task here. So click on create in order to define the new position in the system team, right? So same like yesterday, when we creating the job, how we have different tabs coming across team. When we configuring the positions also, the same thing. See, basic details, then position details, okay? And then evaluation criteria, profiles, review, all the tabs we have to complete team. So in the basic details tab, I will be providing the effective start date, then what is the position that you are creating in the system. So let's say I'm creating a position called Tata Sales Manager. Tata is not required because in this Dev5 environment, many people might be working on different positions, right? So to make our position with a unique name team, just I'm giving us Sales Manager Tata. So yesterday I created a job called manager. Now I'm creating a position called sales manager team. Then code. See this position code generation method. Whatever we opted in the system, go to your enterprise HCM information screen. Okay. Anyhow, I will go team because I have to show this parent position concept also. So when we configuring our enterprise in the system, if I go to setup and maintenance, and if I go to enterprise HCM information task, just I will show the functionality team here in the work structures configuration. Okay. In the work structures configuration, position code generation method. Even yesterday when we configuring the job code generation method. So nothing was defined team. That is why it is coming manually. Or even if you keep manual also, it will come as manual. As an implementation consultant, we have to give the code team. If not, here at the enterprise level, position code generation method, if you keep it automatic options team, then here when you defining the positions, the code will be coming as generated automatically. So when you go to the next tab, system will generate the code automatically team. And even if you enable automatic option in the position code generation method, you can pass the initial position code also. This part I already explained you when we discussing enterprise team. So just keep that point in mind. This code generation method comes from the enterprise level. So as of now, just I'm going with like code like this team. Okay. Then action reason for create position action in the system. Whatever the reasons available that you can use team. When you're creating the position, you can map. And then team business unit. See here, our rest of the work structures. Here only you should get the understanding team. What is that? In Fusion system, what are the set enabled concepts I told you? These four: jobs, locations, grades, departments. These things we are mapping to the business units via reference data sets team. Correct? But positions are specific to BU. Means what team? No reference data sets will be there between positions and BU. Directly, we can able to map the positions to business units in a system. There is no intermediary team. See, when I'm creating the position in the system, it's asking directly under which BU you are creating the position. Here, no sharing concept across the BU. If you work on common set concept team in the work structures of jobs, location, grade, department, same things you can able to share across the business units, right? Through common set. But in positions, we don't have that. Let's say in North BU, I have a position called sales manager. In South BU also, I have that position. In consulting BU also I have. Then you have to create different positions for each of the BU team. There is no sharing of positions across the BU. Positions are very specific to the business unit. Directly, when we configuring the position, we can able to map the business unit team under which BU this position belongs to. So any business unit in this instance, I can able to map. Let me use some of the existing one because some of the other students practicing our assignment. I will use that. So some BU is there. I'm using that team, US retail BU. But in your practicing time, whatever your organizations that you define, you can use that. Okay. As of now, I'm using this one. And then team, whenever you creating the position in the system, parent position. What is this concept, Kumar? Parent position. See, I was telling you, right, team, in the Fusion application, we have the concept of position hierarchy. Means what? Client given me some 100, 150 positions. Kumar, these all are the designations that I'm using in my business for assigning to my employees. Out of that, if you want to maintain the hierarchy, like what is the top position in my organization, what is followed by, what is next followed by, like at top I have managing director, chairman at the top, sorry, under that managing director, then board of directors, then CEO, CFO, COO, country head, state heads, from chairman to till the watchman or the gatekeeper, the entry position in the company. What is the hierarchy? Which position is coming under which position? We have a concept team called position hierarchy. So basically, after the configuration of the positions, we are going to talk about that. See, after positions, we have trees. So basically, trees concept in the Fusion system is there in order to maintain the hierarchy. In grade ladders, grade ladder means what we have seen. We are defining the hierarchy within the grades. What is the top grade? What is followed by? What is next followed by? Similarly, team, within the concept of positions, we have position hierarchy concept. Means what? Among all the positions that our client using in their business, what is the topmost position in the company? And what is the niche and the entry level position? Which is coming after which? The hierarchical loop we have to define. Kumar, why it is required? Why? I will tell you later. We have several places where we will use this hierarchy, like in our approval configurations or in our security roles when we're defining the profiles there. But here let us understand, as far as core HR is concerned, we have the concept of position hierarchy team. Once we define the positions in the system, we have to define the hierarchy within them. Which position is top, which is followed by, next followed by, which is niche. So there are two ways. An important star marked interview question. Very important question. how many ways we can define the hierarchy within the positions? There are two ways to define the hierarchy within the positions. Here only see team. At the enterprise level, whenever you're configuring the enterprise team, position hierarchy configuration. Two ways we have. One is use HCM position hierarchy and the other one is use position trees. Position trees means manually team. First of all positions I have to configure in the system 100, 150, 200 position titles, what our client using. And then we have to go to position trees and we have to manually arrange them in the hierarchical order team. That will come probably tomorrow session. We are going to see that trees. But team, a part of that, we have one more option team to define the position hierarchy in the system. What is that? Use HCM position hierarchy. What is this? As I enabled this option at the enterprise level in this system, whenever we configuring the positions, this parent position field will come. Take this as an activity and check out in your practicing time. Go to the enterprise, then uncheck this one. In the position hierarchy configuration, use HCM position hierarchy, uncheck team, and go to the positions and check out. This parent position field will not come. It will be removed team. If at all, when you configuring the positions, parent position field to be coming, it means in this system at the enterprise level, this feature enabled team. Use HCM position hierarchy. So what is the benefit of this parent position, Kumar? See, whenever we configuring the position team, today I'm configuring on March 12th, let's say, okay, I'm configuring a position called sales manager. When you're defining a position team, parent position means, see, position which is just one level up in your hierarchy. Position which is one level up in the position hierarchy. As of now, first position I'm creating in this BU or anything is there, I can able to search if already any positions are defined in this business unit team. So what is that? Today I'm configuring sales manager. Just to one superior position means above sales manager. If an employee currently hired as sales manager, once he promoted, what is the next level position team? From sales manager to sales specialist, he might be moving. Let's assume team. So parent position, I can give as sales specialist. I don't have any position created as of now in this BU. That is why it is coming as red color, no records form. But in real time, when we configuring the positions team, if you are using this parent position concept to define the hierarchy, even the configuration also you have to do in the sequential order with hierarchical loop to define. So when you creating a position, just one level superior to this, add as parent. So sales manager I'm creating. Sales specialist, I added as parent position. Just assume team, when sales specialist position you are creating team, for that also you would have added the parent sales director. When sales director position you are creating, for that also you would have added the parent sales territory head. See, the chain is getting built internally team, parent to parent, parent to parent, parent to parent. So when I'm creating a position, one superior position I'm giving as parent to this one. But when this parent position I'm configuring in the system, the position team, for that also I would have added the parent. So parent to parent, the chain internally will build the hierarchical loop within the positions team. So this is one way we have to define the hierarchy within the positions. That is, use HCM position hierarchy. So that parent position will enable when we configuring the position. If not this, we have other way also team. Either of that clients will choose. We have position trees. This concept I will talk tomorrow. Okay. So these are the basic details team we have to be capturing whenever we creating the positions in the system. Okay. Once the basic details are completed, you can go to the next tab, position details team. So here what we are going to configure team in the position details, like same thing. Yesterday when we configuring the job details page, the second one. Here also we have a couple of options to discuss team. What are they? Position description. See, whenever you configuring any positions in the system team in a particular business unit, next you have to capture team. In this BU, in which department you are creating this position. Search. Okay. One sec team. What I will do is I will try to create in our BU. I think yesterday we created one BU. Perfect. Okay. Click on next. Then let me go to department, search. Then any departments are there in this instance. Oh my God. The problem is team, in this BU, there is no departments that we defined. That is why it is not coming. Just a second, team. Just give me 1 second. These all are interconnected team. The problem is in that BU, we have not defined any departments because department session I have not taken live, right? It was being given to you. So just a second, let me check it out in this instance. Because whenever we configuring the position, we have to map in that BU, in which department we are creating it, in which job, in which location, who is the manager, all these details. But here, the data validation will take place team. Currently in this Dev5 environment, under this Tata North BU, we have not created any department team. That is why nothing is coming up. But whatever the departments that we map it to BU, whatever the jobs, locations we map it to this BU, that all will come here. For that matter, what I will do is I will try to take another environment team because again, configuring and all will take a lot of time for us. Let me quickly check out. See here, there is no parent position coming in EKMK. The reason is at the enterprise level, that option disabled, HCM position hierarchy option. So let me go with the sales manager and in some BU, but I'm not pretty sure. Jobs are there. Okay, thank God. Fine. Right, team. So once you come to the position details tab, please ignore these things. M country, M city, VMPS. You won't find. See here in our environment when I check, do we have anything under position description? But in our EKMK team, people practicing the concept of flex fields on this position details page. They're looking some abnormally, right? So please ignore team. You won't find these things in real time. Only these things we have to capture. Whenever we configuring the positions team in this business unit, in which department. So I'm giving the department details here. So I'm configuring it in a sales department. Okay, sales department. Then job, whatever the job we configured team. Yesterday we configured the job in the system, right? So whatever the job that you want to map to the position, here we have to do that. So as I told you yesterday team, whenever we configuring the positions in the system, jobs are prerequisite. First we have to configure the jobs and then we have to configure the positions. So come to job and then search with your jobs team. From where these all are coming, whatever the jobs, whatever the departments, whatever the locations that we map it to this BU in the system, that all will come team. Okay. So that is why in the configurational sheet also, positions I kept as last setup. Why? In order to define the positions, these all information system will ask me. That is why I kept in the sequential order also in the last. Okay. Even in the real-time implementations, when you are working, you follow the same spreadsheet what I have shared with you. That is the sequential order setups arranged team. Okay. Then job, under which job you are configuring the position. Let's say I'm defining under manager job team. So select any one because many people working on this, even you also working on the same environment with the same name people configured team. Let me use one of the existing one here in the system. Then location details. Already team in the manage locations, you will be configuring all the details. So whatever the locations that you map out to BU, that you can provide here team, the location details. And then manager information. As we know already in the Fusion system, even in the yesterday's class, Mariam or someone, some person asking me the question, Maria, I believe, sorry. What about the manager details, Kumar? Like at the department level, also managers system asking to capture how it will be handled. I told you. So in Fusion system, at certain levels, we have the provision to capture the manager details. Divisions, okay, information purpose, leave it. But at the BU level, we have. Next, at the department level, we have. Now see, even at the position level system asking me to capture. What is this team? Yes, we have at different levels to capture the position. But at which level your client expecting to maintain, that you have to enable team. Let's suppose your client is telling Kumar, at the position level, I want to maintain the managerial hierarchy in the system, like manager details to my employees in the system. In that case, team, while you configuring the positions, you can able to assign who is the manager to this position. Okay. So what happens, team? Whenever in the system hiring happening, okay, when HR hiring an employee in this business unit and in this position, automatically this person will become manager to that employee. So if you are capturing the manager details at the position level in the Fusion application team, whenever you hiring the employee in the system, if you are hiring the new employee in this designation of sales manager TA, automatically this person will become the manager to that new employee team. So do you want to maintain the manager at the position level? Depending upon the client requirement, you can capture. But here also team, in the implementation time, we don't have the employees data available. First, we will create all the things. Once all the employees data migrated or hired in the system, then we have to come to the positions, edit, and we can enable that manager details team. Same like department, what I told yesterday. Then these are lookups team. If you go to manage position lookups, assignment category. So this is full-time assignment, part-time assignment, just for information purpose team. Then full-time, part-time, regular or temporary position, if people hiring in this. Just for information purpose, all are lookups. If you want to maintain, you give it team. Any attachments, if you want, you can upload. See here, position synchronization, if you could remember team. In the Fusion application, whenever we hiring the employee in the third tab, employment information tab at the assignment level, all these details will be asked, right? In which business unit you are hiring the employee in a particular legal employer, in which department, in which job, in which location, who is the manager, assign, see team. Already at the position level, I am capturing all these information. That is what position synchronization given in the system team. So when you hiring the employee, the moment you give the position details, automatically all these data will be synchronized at the employee assignment level. Because at the position level only in the Fusion system, all these details we will map in, like in which BU, in that BU, in which department, what is a job, in which location, who is the manager. These three fields, please ignore that they are DFFs. Okay, you won't be seeing that in the real time. Then team, whenever you configuring the positions, hiring information details we have to capture. Okay, here also some of them we have to be discussing team, which will comes under core HR. Some we don't see basically, which are additional informative fields. What are they? First of all, hiring status. We have multiple statuses team, proposed, then approved, frozen. We have three hiring statuses. What are these, Kumar? Which status I have to choose when I'm configuring a position in the system? See, hiring status proposed means what happens, team, if you create the position with proposed, in the front end, it won't show to the HR. See, basically where HR will capture the employee position details team while hiring in the assignment level. So when HR go to the position details team, in the drop down in the field, this position will not show. So when you will keep the status as proposed, see, this will not be coming during the time of implementation team. During the time of implementation, everything we will keep with approved. But let's say team, today on March 12th, organization, within the company team, the particular business department you take, let's say sales department team, identified a gap, like they have to recruit some people. And first of all, they want to introduce a new position or a new designation in their department called sales manager. So first of all, business identified the requirement team, like three resources to be hired, three people required with a sales manager level. Okay, they have to handle the team. So business identified that a new position, a new designation to be introduced in the company, that is sales manager, and they want to recruit three people in that. So what usually in the companies happens, if at all these kind of requirements raised by the business or the concerned departments or the concerned operational units, the business people will reach out to the HR, first of all, HR department. Hey, we have a gap here. We have to recruit three people and we are planning to have a new portfolio or a position or a designation called sales manager. Like that, the business team will reach out to the HR team. Then HR team, what they will do? They will reach out to the finance after the evaluation. And if they feel really the requirement is there, HR team will reach out to the finance, because team in any organization, finance team will be the one who will be holding up the budgets, everything. If HR have to hire three people means, what about the budget? Three resources, what are their annual salaries? What is the cost incurring to the company? Finance have to allocate certain budget to recruit the people in that. So in every company team, these all manual processes will be going in the companies before we configuring the system. I'm talking not during the implementation time. Implementation time from the legacy system, whatever the data comes, all that we will define. But let's say now in the month of March, client already using the system, business identified that they want a new position to be introducing in their department and three people they want to recruit. So team, several physical approvals will be going in the organization, from business team to HR team to finance to the head top level management. Then only the approval will come. Meanwhile, in the system, you can create the position with the status of proposed. Proposed means what? In the back end, this position will be created, but in the front end, it will not be open. Means when HR hiring the employee on the hiring screen, assignment level, under this BU, this position will not show. Means it is for unused. We cannot use the position to assign to anyone so far. Just it was proposed in the organization. That's all. Some approvals are going on physically team. So during that time, you can keep the status as proposed. Okay. Okay. Then team, once the approval you got, let's say higher management approved, now you are open to use the position team. Then you can come to your position, edit the position and change the status to approved. If you keep the status as approved, then only this position will be live in the system. Means in the front end, whenever HR hiring the employee, this position will show over the assignment level team. The moment you give the business unit, next if you go to position field, that position will be showing over there. When? If the status is approved. So all active positions in the system that you want to use for tagging to the employees, you have to keep the status of approved team. Proposed during that initial phase, you can keep. Then team, sometimes you have to keep the status as frozen. What is this, Kumar? See, okay, position we defined, we kept it as approved. So 3 people recruited team. Now the position filled. Now the business decided that for next 3 months, we should not hire any employee as sales manager. The position filled. So right, in order to restrict the HRs in the front end team, you can come to the position, edit it with the effective dates from when to when, and change the status to frozen. Means the position will be frozen in the system team. In the front end, during that period, the position will not be available to the HR to assign to any employee. So frozen will be used for that purpose. So make sure whenever you're creating a position and if you want to use it in the system for assigning to the employees when they're hiring, keep it as approved. Then only approved means active. Okay. Then team type. Within the positions team, we have different types. Again, an important interview question within the positions team. What are they? What is that? What are the different types of positions you configured? What are the different types of positions you configured in your project? Okay. So team, these are the types we have. Okay. What are they team? Defines whether the position can have one or more incumbents at the same time. What is that? We have 3 types team. Single incumbent, pooled and shared. See? Single incumbent, pooled, shared. None are pooled. Basically, you can use either of that, one and the same. But these are the types team. Single incumbent, pooled, shared. What is this, Kumar? See, whenever you configuring the positions in the system, the concept of FTE will come into the picture team. Next, full-time equivalent or full-time equivalence. What is that team? What is that team? See, if you are hiring an employee in this position, what is the work that he is going to perform as a sales manager in this business unit, in this department? Let's say team, as per my work timings in my organization, every employee is supposed to work every day 8 hours, weekly 5 days a week, 5 into 8, 40 hours. That is the piece of work that an employee will be performing every week with this position team. 40 hours he is working in the company. That is the work. So for how many people you want to share that work team with this position? So FTE means that piece of work that what an employee will be doing. So usually FTE will be calculated based upon the number of hours an employee is supposed to work in this with this position team. So usually weekly 40 hours is what are standard working hours as per our enterprise or legal entity or at the department level, whatever the level we configure team. Based on that, the FTE calculation will happen. So team, single incumbent means what, you know, at any point of time in the system, only for one employee this position you can assign. Means one position holding, one designation holded positions team in the organization. Let's say in the sales department team, my client is telling Kumar, in this entire department, there should be only one employee who is working as sales manager. At any given point of time, this position you can assign only to one employee at a time in the system. You cannot assign the same position to multiple employees team. That positions you can configure as single incumbent. If I create any position with a type of single increment. What happens, team? In the system, I can assign this position only to one employee. That's all. Sales manager, today I'm hiring an employee team. Let's say I hired Mr. Ravi in the system. I assigned this sales manager position to him. That's all. The same position I cannot assign for another employees in the system. For Krishna or for Vijay or for any other people who I'm hiring, I cannot assign him until and unless Ravi submitted the resignation, he becoming inactive. I cannot use this position. If the employee is inactive, then okay, you can use that position to another employee. There will be team. In every business, one person holding positions will be there. Means only one employee, let's say CEO, CFO. Only one people will be working with that roles in the organization. That sort of positions you can create under single increment. Okay. That sort of positions you can create under single increment. If the position you are creating of single increment FTE 1 means that is weekly, whatever the timings that is that, then headcount always 1. Take it as granted. There is no change in that. If you are creating a position of single increment type, FTE will be 1, headcount will be 1. Means one person will perform that piece of work. One person will perform that piece of work, that what he's supposed to do weekly or monthly, whatever the work that employee have to do, the number of hours team. Only one person. But team, we have other types also. Single increment, next is shared. What is that team? My client is telling, Kumar, I want to share this position across multiple people in my BU. Let's say for 2 people or for 3 people. You can change the headcount number team. FTE can be 1. Headcount will be number of people that you want to share this position. Means what team? In my system, whenever hiring happening team in this business unit, I can assign this position maximum to 3 people. I can share this position maximum to 3 people team. For maximum 3 people system will allow. That is a shared team. If not shared or single increment, no need to give any FTE, any headcount. Keep it as pooled. Pooled. What is the meaning, team? Pooled means I can assign this position to n number of people in the system. No validation, nothing. Some generic positions team, low level. Let's say sales training or marketing trainee or advertiser or promoter. Multiple people will work on this junior level positions team. In any organization you take, in the junior level positions, many people will work in the company. So all such positions, when you configuring team, you can configure with the type of pooled. Pooled means no limitation. You can assign the position to n number of people in the system. Okay. So what type of position it is? You can choose accordingly team. Single increment means we have to give headcount to 1. Okay. That is only for one employee in the system, I can assign team. Then these are lookups team. Security clearance, union, bargaining unit, collective agreement, requisition template. Okay. These all are just for information purpose. Lookups. If you go to manage position lookups in the system team, additional fields Oracle given. Usually we don't bother about these things in real time. But if you want, like if you are hiring an employee in this position team, any security clearance is required for that employee, which is a secret position, top secret position, confidential. In this test environment, someone created. In real time, you won't find all these things, sensitive, Q sensitive. Whatever that values you want, you can create under manage position lookups for this lookup field, and you can capture a team. Probation period, we have to discuss team. What is that? As we all know, in the system, okay, as we all know, in the system or in any organization team, when employees working in a company or when they hired in the organization's team, every employee will be going under going across probation period, right team? Going across probation period team. So companies will follow 1 month probation, 2 months probation, 3 months probation, like that. So at the position level only, you can maintain that team. Means if you are hiring an employee in the system, in this business unit, in this position, what is the probation period that you have to undergo? So 3 months I'm giving, or 1 month. So when you tag this position to the employee, along with these details team, even the probation details also will synchronize. Then if your client is from any manufacturing industry team, whether employees are part of different unions or different bargaining units or certain agreements that employees working on. So these all are additional extra informative lookup fields team. So any unions are there, you can go and first define your trade unions and then you can assign team like the positions. Please ignore, these are not required till here. Even requisition template, delegate position, these are also team will be used in ORC module. In Oracle Recruiting Cloud, if the positions that what we created in core HR, they want to use for recruiting activities of job requisitions or position requisitions, then delegating the positional designations to different people, there will be user team. So from union to till here, please ignore. In real time projects that you are working also, you won't be using much these all things. But any client asking, Kumar, in my company, we have different unions, employees are bifurcated, grouped. So this position, part of which union, you can create the first lookup values and assign it. Then these all things are also related to that. These two things we have to talk here, team, in the hiring information. What are they? Overlap allowed and seasonal. What is this overlap allowed? See, team, I currently configuring the position with the type of single incumbent team. Okay. Single incumbent means what I am telling, at any given point of time, this position we can assign only to one employee in the system. Let's suppose team, we have a situation that an employee who currently working in this position submitted the resignation today on March 12th. Okay, I have an employee currently working, Mr. Rajesh is there, who is currently working as sales manager team. He submitted the resignation because obviously employees will move out of move out to different companies. Let's say in my organization team, 3 months notice period policy is there for every employee. That we will capture when we hiring the employees team. I will show you later. Now, when Rajesh submitted his resignation team today, 3 months he will be in the notice, right? March 12th, April 12th, May 12th. So May 13th, he will be relieving team. So technically till March 12th, he is active in the system. From March 12th, his record will become inactive. So currently, the person who is working in this position team submitted the resignation. Now he is in notice period. Organization, what organization doing team during this period only, before Rajesh leaving the company only, company hired one more employee by name Krishna. Okay. Rajesh currently is there in the company. He is serving the notice period. Okay. During this time only, because see, obviously companies will try to replace the people immediately. It should not impact the business in the organizations. So when Rajesh currently working and serving the notice period only, company hired Mr. Krishna in the same position what Rajesh holding as a sales manager. But now tell me team, somewhere around after 1 week on March 25th or 26th, let's say, organization hiring Krishna team. When HR hiring Krishna in the system, what is the position he should be given? Obviously, sales manager. He's hiring a sales manager, right? But technically understand the logic. The position we created is of single incumbent type. Currently, Rajesh holding that. Till March 12th, he will be there in the company. Then how can I assign the same position to Krishna? Krishna joining during the notice period of Rajesh. On March 25th only he is joining. Then what position I have to give? So that's what team. Certain cases we have to overlap the things. Overlap allowed if I keep yes team. Whatever the type that settings I configured here, this will get overlapped team. If you are not allowing overlapped, strictly system will follow this validation. One person can be assigned to this position Until and unless he resigns after his last working date only, this position I can assign to another employee. But overlap allowed if I keep yes, then whatever we configured here will be waived off team. System will allow to assign the same position to another employee as well. That is overlapping allowed. See, current and new incumbent can occupy the position at same time, which is exactly opposite to this one. You are enabling team that you want, you can able to do that team. Then seasonality. What is that? My client is telling Kumar, in my organization, I will recruit the employees in this position yearly only in some months. Basically, team, if your client is from agri-based backend, agri-based industry, certain people will be hired in the organization based upon the crop seasons. Or let's say, team, in Western countries, you will have certain positions like snow sweepers. Every winter, they have heavy snowfall. So before the office open, that people have to be responsible to cleaning all the office premises. Only during that time. Rest of the time, they don't require that people team. So in a year, during specific months only, you want to have the recruitment on that particular position team. You can enable the seasonality also. Enable season and give the season team. Year is not matter. Whatever the month you are giving team and date. So every year team I am giving March to June 30 team. Let's say year is not a matter. Again, I am telling month and start date. So every year team in the system, this position will be active only during this period, March 1st to June 30. After that, you are trying to hire the employee in this position. For the HR in the front end, this position itself will not show. So only in the year, these 3 or 4 months, it will be active team. So do you want to enable seasonality? You can enable team. See, these all are questions team. Every field I'm explaining in the system, not only on positions configuration, every setup that what we're configuring, every field that what I'm explaining can be a question. So be prepared in that way. Every setup that what we are configuring, once you close the eyes, the screen should reflect in front of you. What are fields we have on that field, on that screen. So to that way, you have to prepare. So that only you can able to clear the interviews team. Okay. Then budget details. What is this budget details? Some clients team in organizations will use the budgeting concept, a thorough validation with respective to the budget team. What is that? See, let's say I have sales manager position team. So as per organization, 2 or 3 people to be recruited or one person to be recruited if it is single incumbent. What is the budget allocated for that position? Means for the salaries to pay to that employee. What is the amount company allocating to that? 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs per year. So the recruitment have to be done within that budget only to fill that position team. So if at all your client maintaining the budgets concept, you can set up team. What is the budget amount? What is the currency? Okay. Then budgeted position, keep it as yes. Cost center means in payroll, you will understand team. We have a costing of positions in the system that you will understand in the payroll module. Keep it for future discussion. If not team, directly you are not getting any budget from the business for sales manager. You can use this option team funded from existing position. If you keep yes, means in this business unit team, above sales manager, I have sales director. In that sales director position, I have 50 lakhs budget team. In that only 30 lakhs only use it. Means people who hired as sales directors, their salaries all around in the yearly are only 30 lakhs, 20 lakhs available there. So I can use other positions budget for our current position team. How you know? What is the budget for this? Let's say 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakhs. Currency is what? INR or whatever that you can able to select here team. What is the currency? Then funding from existing position, keep it as yes. Then one more row will open up team, funding position. You can add the position team. From which position you are getting the budget. Means if company directly not allocated the budget to the position team, from other position in the BU, the superior position, you can able to take the budget from that. The amount, then funding from existing position, yes. and add that position. But this concept, every business will be using means it's a question mark team. Okay. It's a question mark team. Some clients will use, some clients will not use. So if you want to maintain that budgeting concept within the positions team, then you can able to configure here. And then work terms. See team, yesterday when I'm configuring the job, the grade ladder, valid grades be mapped. What is that I told you? Whenever hiring happening in the system, if you are hiring an employee in that particular job, in that ladder, in that grade only, you have to hire the employee, I told you. In Fusion system, this is also again a question to you in the interview. Where in the Fusion system, you can enable the grades. Not only job level team, under the job, the next level will be positions. Even at the positions level, we can maintain the grades concept in the system. But if you enabled at the job level already team, now currently I'm creating this position under this job team. But in this EKMK test environment, when this job configured, grades, grade ladder grades not mapped team. That is why at the position level, though I mapped the job to the position team, the grade ladder grades coming empty. But while you practicing team, take this as a test case. At the job level, you enable your grade ladder and valid grades. And that job you assign to your position when you configuring in the system. And scroll down. Here the ladder grades will automatically will come from the job level team. So either you can enable the grades concept at the job level or at the positions level you can maintain. At the job level already if you enable team, at the position level automatically they will synchronize. You don't need to give. But currently in this system, when this job manager configured in this BU team, grades details not captured. That is why this section coming empty. So if not team, at the position level, you can also maintain team. So what grade ladder? Okay. So I am selecting some Tata grade ladder. Then within that grade ladder, what is the grade? So grade B. Then within that B, which is step that employee is to be hired, grade B2 like that. So what is that team? If at all I'm hiring an employee in this position team, sales manager TA in this BU, automatically these grades will be coming up. Employee will be hired in this ladder, in this grade, in this step. And working hours team. Even this concept, when we configuring the department system asked, then when we configuring the legal entity system asked, enterprise. So at certain levels, I told you it will be overriding. And finally, at the position level team, if you want to maintain, if whoever the employee you are hiring in this position, what are their working hours? Weekly, then monthly or annually you can keep up. Then start time, end time of the employee. If you want to maintain at the position level, you can maintain. But Kumar, I want at the department level what I configured. Then don't configure at the position level. Keep it empty. At the above department, what you configured team, that timings will come to the employee. In this department level, whatever you give. But niche level will be team position. But even while hiring the employee, HR will have the choice to update whatever the timings you want for the employee. But if you want, you can maintain at the position level team. Then position extra information, please ignore. This is a extensible flex field people created. You won't be finding them in the real-time environments team. Okay, just ignore them. And valid grades. Now I have given from this ladder which grade, but valid grades you can give team. Like going forward, if you want to change the employee grades team. So this employee who working in this position should be part of. Why only 2 are coming? In this ladder, whatever the grades are there, that grades are coming to me. So what is that meaning here? Valid grades means grade B, then Tata grade A. Okay. So whenever you creating a position team, you added the ladder, whatever the grades we have, that all grades will show to me. Out of that, I can select invalid grades. It means in my organization, if I'm hiring an employee in this sales manager TA, I can able to hire the employee either in A or B grades, valid grades. Only in the front end, these grades will show to me when I click on the drop down field in the grade. I mean, grade field when I click on while hiring the employee, only these grades will show to me. So the validation will take place in the front end whenever we hiring the employee team. By default, I am giving the grade to be grade B, but either B or A employee can work. If I want to change any grade to the employee team from B to A or A to B, I can able to switch between these two. Only that I'm adding theme. So these details we have to be capturing when we configuring the positions in the system team. Next two tabs, evaluation criteria and profiles. As I told you, these are not exclusively part of core HR alone. Even in the job creation yesterday, these two tabs came commonly, criteria and profiles. So as I told, when we reach out to the talent module, in the profile management classes, we will see that what are job profiles, what are position profiles. If you are implementing core HR alone, these are not required team. So just ignore that. Click on submit. Submit. So this is how team, the configuration of positions will be done in the system. So whatever the jobs, whatever the positions that our client given team as part of the implementation requirement, we have to configure all of them in the system. By this, all our organizations and the workforce structures we configured team. Our clients, enterprise, divisions, legal entities, business units, departments, all our clients, organizations we define. Then the work structures also we configured. What are the jobs, locations, grades, departments, and position. Now, if we want to hire the employees team, we can hire the employees in particular legal entity, in that particular business unit, in particular department, in particular job, location, grade, department, position. So now, by this position setup team, almost the core HR implementation we completed team. Couple of more concepts are there, some of the additional configurations in the core HR module that we will see in tomorrow's session team. I will start with the concept of trees in the system, and then we will see person types, assignment status, and person name styles or format also in the tomorrow session team. Okay. So any questions as such in today's topic, online people? I can see couple of questions in the chat board. Maria, if we update as pulled, then we in pulled, you no need to give anything. You can keep it as blank because the meaning is it is unlimited. If you give also doesn't have any impact. And Tejashri, I Kumar, does the manager we given overrides as per the task as workday timings, or we give same manager details at every? No, same like workday timings from different levels that will be overrided to the next lower level. The niche level will be positions. Okay. So Sharada, basically FTE will be coming based upon the employee work number of working hours, like working hours weekly, whatever that we are creating, right? Based upon that. So if you are going with pooled concepts, nothing will be coming. But when you go with shared, the positions shared type if you create, then the FTE calculations will come. I mean, for how many employees you are sharing. Let's say that position you are sharing to two people. Then that FTE means for two people that 40 hours of work will be shared, 20 hours each. Like that, that will be coming up. And
So this
Jyoti,
will be useful in our absence management.
you can use
Or
it, yes. Based upon the
yeah.
leave accrues or even in the salary payments also you can use this.
Okay, thanks,
While
Kumar.
creating positions, if we select the type of position as shared, and example, we had 3 sales manager, 2 of them have 1 manager, 1 have creating position. If we select type of position as shared, or valid question, Jyoti. If that is the case, if you are maintaining the manager concept at the position level, but you want to maintain differently, not necessarily to create the position twice. For that employee, you can go to the assignment level, you can override that individual. You don't need to create separate position for that. As a HR, you can override this manager concept at the employee assignment level. For that employee, you can go and you can change. By default, when you hiring, the manager will come. But HR, while hiring the employee, he want to change any other manager, he can do that. For that matter, we don't need to create multiple times the position. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that will be changed at the HR level.
Employee level by the HR.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Right, team. We'll conclude here for today. Let's join back
Hi,
tomorrow
Kumar.
and we'll continue,
Yeah,
team.
Kumar.
Yes, Krishna.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, two questions. First of all, that seasonal and overlapping, that is for only single incumbent only, right? This is not for other.
Overlapping is for single incumbent and shared also for these two.
Okay.
But seasonal is for all.
Seasonal is for all.
For all.
Okay. And FTE and another one is sorry, headcount. Both
Headcount.
should be same number. Let us say it
For
like
single incumbent, it should be same. For
number
shared, you can maintain different.
different. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, team. Let's join back tomorrow and we'll continue. Thank you, everyone.